So are you willing to pledge your house as collateral for an SBA loan? If you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable right now, that's probably a good thing. It is really a serious decision to consider whether you want to pledge your home equity as collateral on an SBA loan. And so in this video, I'm going to be walking you through when the SBA is likely to require that and when you might not have to pledge your home as collateral on an SBA loan. First of all, though, my name's Adam Huxama. I spent 12 years as an SBA lender as the executive director of a lender called Bankable. And I made over 1,500 SBA loans during my time there. And now I own a business called ProjectionHub, where we help small businesses create financial projections and business plans and ultimately walk through that SBA loan process. So in this video, really want to dive into the details of the house as collateral requirement and kind of dive into the nitty gritty here. Oh, and by the way, this is the 5th video in a series of 6 videos that I have done on all things SBA requirements and what it takes to qualify and be approved for an SBA loan. And so if you are interested in watching the series from the beginning, I'd encourage you to check out the first video in the series up above, or if you want to just see what videos are available in the series, in the description of the video below, we're going to put a link and title to all of the different videos in the series so you can kind of look through all of those that are interesting to you. Okay, so here are a few of the situations where you will not be required to pledge your home as collateral. I'm going to really focus on situations where you're not required because I want to kind of set the assumption here that you're going to have to pledge your house as collateral. So kind of go in with that assumption, and then maybe there's some scenarios where it might not be required. Okay, so scenario 1 is if you own less than 20% of the business, you're not going to need to personally guarantee the loan, and so you're unlikely to then be required to pledge the home as collateral. I talked about personal guarantees in the last video in the series, so make sure to check that out as well. If you don't have a home to pledge, then you're off the hook. If you don't own a home, you don't have to pledge a home. If you do have a home, but you have very little equity in the home, so let's say you just bought the house and you've got 10% equity in the house on paper right now, the SBA would not require the lender to take the equity as collateral. Now, sometimes lenders still do kind of an abundance of caution. They'll still want to place a second mortgage on the house, even though there isn't any equity. A fourth scenario is if you have a HELOC, a home equity line of credit that is active. Based on that HELOC, there's not much equity room in the home available. Then again, you're kind of in that same scenario where if there's only 10% of equity available, the SBA may not require the lender to take that equity as collateral. Now, this has a little bit of nuance. So let's say you have a home worth $300,000 and you owe $150,000 on your first mortgage. And let's say you also have a home equity line of credit available, and that you could draw up to another $100,000. Let's just do this for easy math. So that means the equity that is truly available is only $50,000. That would be less than the 25% requirement from SBA. So the lender may not be required to take your home as collateral, or would not be required to take your home as collateral. They may still decide to do so. Okay, so you just got to keep that in mind. That really depends on the lender, but the SBA SOP may not require them to take that. And lastly, if the loan is fully collateralized, then you would not be required to pledge your home as collateral, but fully collateralized is a nuanced term. SBA lenders will take the value of your collateral and they're going to discount it, sometimes a lot. And so just, if you think about, you paid $100,000 for a piece of equipment, the SBA might treat that as $50,000 worth of collateral value. Okay, so all that to say, there are some situations where you might not have to pledge your house, but it's easier to come up with a few situations where you might not be required to, because there's a whole lot of situations where you're going to need to. So you should just have that mindset if you're going into the SBA process. If that's an absolute deal killer for you, then SBA may not be a great fit. So if you're wondering whether you would qualify for an SBA loan or how much you might qualify for, we do offer a free SBA review. So we'll put a link in the description of the video below to fill out this free SBA review form. We'll review all of those details that you submit, and then we're going to give you an idea of how much you might be able to qualify for. So kind of an amount estimate, a feedback on how to structure your loan request to get the best shot of approval. And then if we don't think you're likely to get approved, we're going to give you some ideas of specific things to work on to help improve your odds of approval. And then we're going to also recommend specific SBA lenders who we think could be a good fit based on your industry, stage of business, and location, based on the publicly available SBA loan data. We're going to do that all for free. So definitely take advantage of that by clicking the link in the description of the video below to fill out that quick form. And if you found this video to be helpful, I'd love it if you would like this video and subscribe to our channel. It'd mean a lot. We're we're going to be doing a lot more SBA related content. And so it'd be great if you could give us feedback on this first video series that we've done on SBA. Now, for our very last video in the series, I'm going to be diving into the almighty credit score. So check out this next video to see what your credit score needs to be in order to qualify for an SBA loan. All right, thanks.